question, guys. I'm just going to go ahead. I'm going to start the timer here. We'll start with Destiny's kicking it off. Open-ended question: is Islam the path? And I'll just leave it open-ended, and you can go ahead and take it how you want.
That's easy. No, Jesus Christ and the Catholic Church is the path.
I'm a big champion of American liberal democracy. I think that people...
And it has failed, Destiny. Liberalism has failed horribly. Do you know how I know? The West is not reproducing. The birth rate has fallen below the replacement rate in the West. And it's thanks to what? Liberal ideologies. Shall we see where liberalism without Christianity got us? For those that don't know, liberalism as a philosophy came from the period of Enlightenment. The period of Enlightenment came after the separation of church and state in the 17th century. Liberalism is defined as a moral philosophy based on the rights of the individual, liberty, consent of the governed, political equality, right to private property, equality before the law, and etc. And the truth is that most of these ideas will borrow from Judeo-Christian teaching, Christian beliefs. What these period of Enlightenment philosophical idiots didn't realize is that Christian teaching doesn't work without Christ as the anchor, without belief in Christ. They thought they could be atheists and use Christian beliefs to govern themselves. And I admit, it worked temporarily. But it was always doomed to fail. Do you know why? Because they removed Jesus Christ as the anchor. If you guys want to know more about the Enlightenment period, go and read people like John Locke, David Hume, Diderot, those type of guys. Let me give you an example. The rights of the individual came from the Bible in the book of Genesis, where God says that he made human beings in his image. This means that every human being has individual inherent value. As a result, we should treat people with respect and dignity. So I'm asking again, where has liberalism without Christianity got the West? I'll tell you. 73 million abortions per year. The decline of the birth rate below the replacement rate. The destruction of the nuclear family. LGBTQ being taught to children in schools. And the intolerance and animosity towards Christians from secularist atheists. That's where it got us.
People like to push certain religions because things become trendy over time. But I think the important thing to keep in mind is right now, America runs the world. We don't just run it militarily. We don't just run it economically. We also run it culturally. And I think the reason...
America runs the world mainly militarily. Why? Because if countries don't accept LGBTQ, feminism, secular humanism, which are pushed under the guise of human rights, there's a high chance your country will face sanctions. God forbid if your country says no to America's interest in your oil.
Why is because our values allow so many different types of people to come here. Like, just look at the four of us, around this table. Like, how many people here are from other countries or whose parents were immigrants? Like, the only country in the world where all of these different types of people, different types of religions, different types of ideologies can come together and then form a business and a capital-free investment environment and then broadcast that to the entire world on American invented technology is the United States of America.
And it's clearly not working, Destiny. The growing animosity by atheist liberals towards other cultures and religions, especially, or should I say mainly Christianity, grows day by day.
No Islamic country has done that. Ottoman Empire fell. Nobody's replaced it since. None of these Islamic countries are able to take as much culture as we have and kind of like mix them all together in the way that the United States has.
That's true. But again, he clearly doesn't seem to understand that the secular liberal Western project has failed. It has failed, Destiny.
And I worry sometimes that people that champion certain types of religions do so in kind of a militant way and do so in a bit of an exclusionary way as well. For instance, you should be able to make fun of anybody who you want. I think that you guys probably agree with that here more than anybody else. I agree with it on my platform, obviously. A lot of Muslim people don't agree with it. In France, when they did the Charlie Hebdo drawings of Muhammad, there were people that broke into that comic facility and they killed people because they were so upset that, people drew the Muhammad, whatever you say. Praise be upon him, and they decided to go and kill the dude, killed multiple people in that attack. So I don't...
This is more evidence that the secular idea that people who believe in different ideologies can coexist together without conflict doesn't work. It doesn't work, Destiny. This is more evidence that it doesn't work. To be honest, they won't tell you this, but the real truth is that the reason why secularists are so acceptant of people of different backgrounds and beliefs is because they want them to eventually assimilate and convert to their secular ideologies. Ideologies like Marxism, feminism, secular humanism, LGBTQ. But they won't tell you this. I look at all these secular ideologies, guys, as religions. That's how I look at them.
I don't like the fact that for the people that champion Islam, it seems like they do so in an exclusionary manner, that everybody has to be Islamic, that everybody has to be part of their religion, and that they can attack and kill people who disagree with their religion, because I think one of them...
Oh my... Destiny can't be this naive. This guy cannot be this naive. No way. That's precisely the consequences of bringing people who don't share your secular values into a secular country. What did you think was going to happen? What did you expect? Did you seriously expect there not to be a clash, ideologically speaking? I mean, think, Destiny. It's the same reason why feminists, woke people, BLM, atheists hate Christians so much. They hate Christians because we are against abortion. We are against the sexualization of children. We are against LGBTQ being taught in schools. We are against the idea that a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. We are against gay marriages. We are against their values. This is the reason why we clash ideologically.
The most beautiful things about the United States is the fact that we can tell a Cop to fuck off, that we can tell a Christian to fuck off, that we can tell a Muslim to fuck off, that we can draw whatever we want, make fun of whatever we want, make porn out of whatever the fuck we want. And I would think that that is the coolest thing in the United States. And I think that that's what allows us to even do what we're doing here today. And I don't think any Islamic country or Muslim majority country has been able to achieve the world domination that the United States has when it comes to military, economy, and most importantly, culture.
What if I don't think it's good to tell people or the police to fuck off? What if I don't think corn is good and I want to change it? What happens then? We're going to have a clash, aren't we? Exactly. If you really want to be true to the secular ideal that everyone can do whatever they want, you have to be acceptant of every group. But we all know that's impossible, don't we? Atheists, feminists, LGBTQ, the secular media, liberals, prove to us time and time again how intolerant and hateful they are towards Christianity. Christianity is literally being mocked and ostracized from Western society every single day. I personally think it will eventually turn into persecution. So how different are liberals in comparison to Islam?
Now, last question to you guys here on the panel. What is the age of consent in Islam, you would say?
How do you know Aisha was 9?
First thing to note is that Sulaiman doesn't answer the question. The question is, what is the age of consent in Islam? The question is not whether Destiny is right or wrong about what he thinks the age of consent in Islam is.
Because I think it said she was like playing with the dolls.
How do you know she was 9? Where do you get that information from?
Don't they give the...
How do we know Aisha was 9? Where do we get that information from? Well, we know Aisha was 9 because the hadith in the Sahih al-Bukhari 5134 says so. And if you want to know whether a hadith is authentic or not, you first have to check if the hadith is Sahih or not. Sahih is an Arabic word that literally means genuine, authentic, sound, correct. The hadith that says the Prophet Muhammad married a 6-year-old and consummated the marriage when she was 9 is Sahih, according to the Islamic hadith. And here's the hadith. I'll read out to you guys that the Prophet married her when she was 6 years old and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old. Hisham said, I have been informed that Aisha remained with the Prophet for 9 years till his death. There's the hadith.
Gave the age in the Quran for her?
It's not in the Quran. Fake news.
Okay, where is it?
You tell me. You're the one who talks about it more than anyone I know.
I asked.
It's true. It's not in the Quran. It's in the hadiths. Sahih al-Bukhari. That's where it is.
Nico about it because he was the one coming on as
No,
the
but
religious
you
expert.
talked about...
I'm not
No,
Muslim.
you've talked about... No, listen.
Yeah?
It's fine. You could talk about anything. When you talk about it, you should be educated on it. You've talked about it on social media. You tweet about it. I want to know where you got the information from.
Really easy. I got it because it triggers the fuck out of Muslims. That's why I bring it up. Because here's the reality. You can...
And here's why I can't stand this stupid liberal way of thinking. Offending for the sake of offending isn't a right anyone should have. This just shows that your intentions were simply to insult and trigger rather than make a real criticism of Islam because you truly believe that it's not the truth.
can tell me that it's not found anywhere in the Quran, but when I bring up, hey, Aisha was 9, and I start getting death threats, it feels like people want to fuck 9-year-olds. That's the feeling that I get. Now, if it's the case that like, where are you even getting this from, bro? That's not even true. Then they would just say it. But instead, there's like literally a plethora. There's more defenses of fucking 9-year-olds from the world of Islam than there is from the entire world of fucking libertarianism. Okay, like when you go online, there's like 50 million different videos that talk about why Aisha was actually really developed for 9 years old, and the dolls she was playing with were actually like super Barbies for like adolescents or teens or whatever.
Listen,
like, I don't know
again, you're going into propaganda. The point is, you do not know where you got it from. So this is the problem when people don't have the education or knowledge. They literally try and blag it, right?
Stop saying you don't know where you got it from and just tell him.
See, and this is the issue you have. You do not understand how Islamic epistemology and hermeneutics work. It is not mentioned in the Quran. And according to Muslims, the Quran is certain knowledge. And then you have basically other things, such as hadith, such as the opinion of the scholar, which is not considered certain knowledge. Some people agree with it. Some people disagree with it. It could be false. It could be true. It's not certain information. So when you say Aisha was 9, this is mentioned in hadith. But there is...
Why not just say that? Why not just say it's not found in the Quran, but it's found in the hadiths? That's it.
All the alternative hadith that basically give the idea that she was actually more older than 9, she was 18. So if your position is that, look, having sex with 9-year-olds is pedophilia, I agree with you, right? But even...
Sulaiman, you just conceded. You just said that the verse is found in the hadith, and you just said that you agreed that having sex with a 9-year-old is pedophilia. Even if there's another hadith that says she was 18, it doesn't matter, because all that needs to be established now is if the hadith that says that she was 9 is sahih or not, authentic or not. And according to Sahih al-Bukhari, Sulaiman, it is.
Isn't the hadith that it comes from like one of the, which hadith is it? Isn't one of the most cited, most trusted hadiths, or is this just one part we don't like of it?
No. So the hadith, so any hadith, and this is the problem, any hadith, what we have is basically passed on from one person to another, to another, to another. So any hadith, every single Muslim scholar will tell you, epistemologically, is probabilistic knowledge. Probabilistic means it could be right or it could be wrong. It could be true, it may not be true. And therefore, it has no tenets when it comes to Islam. So if someone was to reject...
That's not necessarily true. Islam does have a criteria for hadiths that are authentic and hadiths that are not authentic. Only hadiths that are sahih or trusted or authentic can be trusted. And when it comes to this hadith, it is sahih.
Example, the hadith about Aisha being 9, he would not leave the fold of Islam because not rejecting the tenets of within the religion. So her being 9, so my position, she was 18, as an example, right? So because I think that hadith has epistemological issues, as well as the person who narrated that hadith has memory issues. So again, this is an attack on Islam. This is an attack on that specific, or people, anyone who believes the hadith, or for example, the hadith.
Sure. Why don't Muslims just say that then?
Because again, the problem...
Why is it that on Twitter when you bring up, because like you bring up like, why don't you make fun of Jews? When I ever bring up like, what about the penis circumcision thing? Every Jewish guy goes, oh, that's fucking weird. That's what I see. But when I bring up the Aisha thing, okay, well, I haven't found any Jew that wants to defend it to me, okay? Maybe that Rabbi Shmuley guy, I've ever talked to him, maybe he would, because that guy seems fucking insane. But whenever I bring up anything on Twitter about like Aisha, it's like fucking World War III. It's like World War like Muhammad edition, where I've got like so many people.
No, you've admitted it, because the reason when you bring it up, it's not based on academia, epistemology, anything like that.
It just triggers people.
No, you do it to basically attack people. So
yeah, I do. Because I think most Muslims...
And I don't agree with that either. Just bringing up things for the sake of attacking people, that's wrong.
Can I add,
Go ahead.
the Quran 65:4, I don't know how that works, but you're saying that it proves that she was of a younger age, right?
Impossible. It's not in Quran.
They're saying in the chat. I'm not really sure about that, but
fake news.
What he's saying is epistemologically.
Be quiet, Fresh.
In Islam, the Quran is considered the direct word of God.
Facts.
Every letter written in the Quran is true, given from Allah, whatever. But hadiths are oral tradition that are passed down from other people, and the credibility of the hadiths and the interpretation of them can be called into question, and you can have like imams debating between the validity between
and
the
there's
hadiths.
a mechanism to work out the authenticity.
Sure.
Okay.
I don't know how true that is.
Are you guys satisfied with that?
I think he brought up a good point.
Yeah.
If that was the case, why doesn't every other Muslim just say that?
No, because there are Muslims who believe that she was 9, and so the point is when he's attacking them, it's attacking them for their specific position, and so obviously they're emotionally connected to that position. So, but my point is, my issue with Destiny is he didn't know what he was arguing, where it come from, the source of it, and he didn't know the epistemological and hermeneutical reasons. He was just doing it to attack Muslims, and he's admitted that, and obviously hence why he gets the response he did.
What percentage of I'm curious, what percentage of Muslims think you agree with that?
Agree with what?
With your hadith interpretation there.
I'll set the timer. 3 minutes.
So it's
3
a good
minutes.
question.
Well,
So
I'm just
right
curious,
now
that's
or
not-
classically?
Right now.
So classically, I would say it's the vast majority. Right now, I would say the minority.
Okay. Wait, right now the minority agree with you or disagree with you?
Agree with me.
So the
agree with me.
majority of Muslims right now think that Aisha was 9 years
That's
old.
right, yeah.
Well, wait, then what's the point of all this then?
Because I'm trying to explain to
Exactly.
you. No. The point is because you have to understand how hermeneutics work, and you need to understand that what you attacking isn't Islam. You're attacking a certain position that some people have within Islam, even if it's the majority. That was my point.
The reason why the vast majority of Muslims agree that Aisha was 6 when Prophet Muhammad married her and 9 when he consummated the marriage is because they understand that the hadith is sahih, meaning the hadith is authentic. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed the reaction. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. All right? Peace.